Is
See,
this good?
yes, very good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
All good, all good. We are 4 days away from Test cricket.
4 days away.
Yeah,
Yes. Isn't this exciting? I mean, come on.
yeah,
This is so
nearly.
exciting.
I can't remember too many such gaps after World War II. I think there's a gap in 1970, 1971. So probably the
Yeah,
biggest gap cricket has ever had in the last nearly 50
true,
years.
true, true. Couldn't agree more, man. Couldn't agree more. And especially, I mean, not just a gap. Even everyone's gonna like watch carefully the new rules, the new playing conditions.
Yeah.
See a lot of headbands and wristbands, all that already. We've seen Broad and all these guys wearing headbands, which is after a while. We haven't seen headbands in a long, long time.
Yeah, and test jerseys started looking different last year when they introduced jersey
Yeah,
numbers. It will look
that's
much different this year with a title sponsor on your
yeah,
chest.
yeah. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so
Sponsors and all. Nice, nice.
yeah,
How have you been doing?
all good, all good. I've been keeping a close eye on the intra-squad matches, Team Butler versus.
Yeah, Team Butler. How did that go?
Yeah, so Dom Bess has done well. Dom
Yeah.
Sibley, Rory Burns, they've all had good outings. So England are due to announce their squad soon. They said they after this intra squad match. I think the fourth innings is going on as we speak,
Yeah.
with Team Butler declaring and then Team Stokes batting. So
Wow.
they will announce the squad after this match. But
Yeah, it
with
seems like Team Stokes is struggling a bit.
So
Yeah.
speaking about Stokes, that's the
Yeah.
massive news bit. Root is out of the first Test match as he's
Yeah.
out for father duties. So Ben
Yeah.
Stokes, massive honor to captain England.
Absolutely, yes. And we all know that Joe Root won't be available for the first Test match. Ben Stokes, the captain. And wow, I mean, this is like a complete circle, isn't it? Was only a year and a half ago where he was banned and all that was happening. And now
Yeah,
captain of England. I mean, that's like a fairy tale. I'm sure even for someone of Ben Stokes' caliber and his potential, this would be, fairy tale. Who would have said that he was going to captain England in a Test match a year and a half ago?
yeah, exactly. So 2016, from getting hit in the World T20 final, and like you mentioned, 2017,
2015 and then off the field and everything
yeah, off
else.
the
I
field.
mean,
So
wow,
yeah,
yeah,
2019 World Cup, the Headingley, and now captain. Massive honor for him.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Huh.
The next thing is obviously 3TC, which is supposed to happen on the 27th of June.
Yeah.
Was postponed for some reasons, but they've announced a date, not dates, because it's
Yeah.
just one match, but 3 teams.
18. Yeah, 3 teams, eight players aside, 36 overs in total, where each team gets to play 12 overs. Yeah, interesting. I mean, we've spoken about this before here as well. I think that's a very interesting new format.
Yeah.
And the more I think of it, I mean, when I first heard of it, I was like, what's going on here? What is, I mean, is this a joke or something? Different formats and all that stuff. But the more I think about it, the more, I'm trying to convince myself that every country needs some kind of a format of their own. A little tweak like PBL has tweaked the T20. That's like more Australianized, if I may call that, if there is any word like that.
No,
This is more
you
South
just invented it.
African. I just
You just
invented it. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I mean. 100 for England and a 3T for South Africa. Maybe some country will adapt a T10 or whatever.
The
So I
100 is
think
there. Yeah. Of course.
yeah. So it's interesting, and I'm starting to kind of understand why you need it.
Maybe. Like, see, one of the worries about this is we were talking to Ravi Bopara a couple of days back. So
Yeah.
he was saying how maybe in the last 4 or 5 years, all he has done during the cricket season is just train for T20s.
Yeah.
I mean, initially, how and he also spoke about how he was looking at one format players differently before that, and then now how he is looking at them right now. And one of the points he said was how the difference is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, even between an ODI and T20. The difference is as big as it has ever been.
Yeah, I agree, and there is no two ways about it. I think it is the age of specialization. So you see more and more players being specializing, but unfortunately, what this will also push people to do is retire from formats early, and especially from Test match cricket. So Amir is a great example who has retired at the age of what 26, 27 or something like that. You know, I mean, officially 26, 27. So that is something, yeah. So
Or the West Indians who not officially retired. Not officially retired, but they just play in T20 leagues. Yeah.
See, I tell you what, with West Indies, there were other issues as well. As you know, there were internal and administrative issues. So I can still understand West Indies, but you know, earlier on it was people in their early 30s. So people would retire 2-3 years before where they would usually do. But now, Amir retiring at the age of 26, 27, which is good 7-8 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I think you've got to be a little careful. While yes, you will see a lot of specialization, but also you got to start thinking that you don't lose good talent, good test match talent to the shorter formats.
Lovely. Just staying in England, there's just one more news as we spoke about county. So they've got clearance to start the county championship from August 1st, which is massive news. But the bigger question is, as you very well know, each team, if I'm not wrong, plays 17 games or 17 or 16 games. So it is going to be a massive challenge for them how they're going to try and complete the season.
Yeah, I think they'll struggle. And I think they rather, play back to back than not play at all, because for obvious reasons, and also the fact that there won't be any. I mean, there's no 100-100, so they still have time. So, yeah, I mean, to be fair, they have 3 months, right? If you take September, yes, you're gonna push it a bit. If you're looking at September end, you might be pushing a bit, but then maybe it's worth it. This year, looking at the situation, it's worth it.
Yeah, you have make sure you get it done before the real winter kicks in, where you can't see the grass, especially in northern parts of England.
Seriously, yeah. So you might be pushing it a bit, but then you might as well.
Okay. The other news is it's somewhat worrying, but I'm glad it's over. So as you would have also obviously read, Sri Lanka cricket, some random minister got out of the bed, got bored, and then raised some accusations. And apparently, Sangakkara and Jayawardene were drilled for 5 to 8 hours.
Yeah, I know. I mean, listen, it does. I mean, to me, it does not make sense in the sense 2011. So, I mean, you sleeping for last 9 years or what? And I mean, obviously, somebody very high in the political hierarchy mentioned it. So maybe if it would have been a random individual, nobody would have bothered. But again, I mean, and you're talking about World Cup finals. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that they went and kind of spoke to the committee or whatever, Mahila and Sangha. Just get it over and done with here. I mean, let's and shut him on whoever it is, not this woman, whoever thinks about it, because it's not the first time that this has come up. So finally, just put it to bed. All these speculations and rumors and all this once and for all.
Off the field, just one development. If I'm not wrong, in one of our previous episodes, we were talking about how there are even quality umpires who are outside of the Elite Panel.
Nitin
Menon, yes. Yeah. Nitin Menon has been added to
good
the
umpire.
Elite Panel.
Nitin Menon is a very, I mean, he's there as not the main umpire, but as a fourth official and stuff like that. Very, very regularly in international cricket. He's been a regular feature in top domestic cricket matches as well, and one of the genuinely good umpires that India has. And and he's a good guy as well. I'm so glad that Nitin has got that nod to be part of the panel. So and he's a good umpire, like I said. Kaushik is the 2 overseas players allowed in English domestic cricket from 2021 season, County Championship as well as ODI Cup. I mean, that's good. That's good for, I think, India, I guess. I mean, good for players like, let's say, Pujara.
Ashwin and Pujara had signed up. If I'm
Pujara.
not wrong.
I mean, all these guys who are one format, I think that makes a lot of sense. And to be very, very honest, I won't mind if you look to open the Indian domestic circuit as well. Why not open Indian domestic circuit? Because we have a lot of teams. It's not that we don't have teams. Now we
Exactly.
have what,
37, 36,
36,
37. Yeah.
37. We have 37 first class sides. So I think there is enough and more opportunities for anyone who wants to play cricket. So open up the Indian domestic circuit for maybe one overseas players, and that'll help. That'll help in a way. You will be helping. Uh, let's say you get somebody from Afghanistan, give them an opportunity to play days cricket. Uh, Open it up for Ireland. So I think that's something that can be looked into, and for me, I
Yes.
think it makes a lot of sense.
Correct. Like, with all due respect, the younger teams, the smaller teams which have come in, you very
Yeah, I mean,
you very
listen, they
rarely
need
see players from
experience,
their own
right?
state. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need that experience, and it's not that it's ours first class setup is not like Australia, only 6 teams, like England, and in fact more than England. We've got so many teams where we can definitely accommodate good players, overseas good players. That would also help them, and also the Indians, the competition at the domestic level. So I think I don't mind actually seeing one overseas player in
One or
domestic.
two. I'm sure you can easily
Let's start
accommodate
with
two.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, two is also a possibility, and let's just start with one. I'm saying, and let's see where it goes.
It'll be a very, very interesting proposition. I mean, I think if I'm not wrong, India is probably the only country, probably the only first-class competition which doesn't allow foreigners. Like, you
Really?
have Australia. There were days back in the days, even the likes of Viv Richards and all the West Indians used to go and play in Sheffield Shield.
Yes, that's right. Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
South Africa, you always had the English players playing in South Africa, the South African
Yeah.
players playing in
Yeah,
England. They had one
I can
lovely
understand
exchange
other
program.
countries. Yeah, I can understand other countries like Australia not allowing because there's only 6 sides. If you look at, our setup when you have 37 teams, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, high time they did that.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the sides as well. You're playing 11 for West Indies, Adi.
The biggest concern for West Indies is how Holder, in the first intra-squad match that they played, he didn't bowl a single ball because he was recovering from a ankle injury. And even in the match that is going on right now, I think second innings he opened and then he ended up scoring 2. So he hasn't really spent quality time out in the middle. I mean, in the test setup, he may not be very important in the shorter formats, but in the test setup, he's extremely important for them. Very, very,
Very
important for them. Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see if they give a debut to the unknown bowler, the Chimar Holder, who's performed well in one of the matches. So the
Been
bowling.
hearing a lot of good things. Hearing a lot of good things about him, Holder.
Yeah, so I think my bowling attack will probably be Roach, Shannon Gabriel, Joseph, and the spinner Raheem Cornwall. So, but apart from that, the top 3, top 4 is quite set. Brathwaite, Blackwood, Brooks, Hope, Chase, and Holder. So this would be my.
Actually have. I don't know here. You reckon they'll go with Cornwall when they have someone like Roston Chase in England? I'm talking about English conditions. You rather not have another fast bowling option when you have already someone like Roston Chase who actually started off his career as a bowler.
Yeah. So, but my other question is, again, I could be woefully wrong, but considering that there are several restrictions about maintaining the ball, this and that. Would you play for fast bowlers?
It's tough, man. It's tough because you would rather play 4 fast bowlers because again in England, forget all that. You're playing with Duke's ball, right? So Duke's ball. The good part is you might not need as many
external help to maintain the ball.
So Yeah, so I think Duke's ball, you might as well go with four fast bowlers. Do they have a left arm spinner in there? I don't
No,
think they.
but I don't think
They have Walsh though. They have Walsh though, isn't it?
yeah, but I don't think he's in the
Leggy.
ranking.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
with regards to England, it's pretty much Jofra Archer and Mark Wood have looked really good. So think they might not go with two out and out speed guns in Wood and Archer. So I'm guessing it's going to be Anderson, Oakes, and the one worrying thing is Sam Curran has pulled out citing some sickness. They've
You
sent him
have
out for a test.
Anderson Broad-Vokes. You have Anderson Broad-Vokes. Moin Ali
Archer.
is a Archer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then you have Ben Stokes. But would you want to put instead of play only one between Vokes and Archer, as in rotate them because it's a long summer and a very packed summer? I just see them going with one of them and playing someone like a Moin or someone like that, giving them an option.
I think they're going to play Moin Ali. Even one of the other spinners will also look good. Dom Bess has looked good in a couple of matches.
Another Rocky, but I think they want to go with Moin I don't know, because of experience, and obviously there was a lot of debate in the last year or so with Moin's position in the test side and whatever.
And he even took a break from test matches, yeah.
Yeah, but there were other reasons, right? I guess there were some issues.
But I think the best thing the best idea for the day is that, I think BCCI should really consider allowing one or two foreign players.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Breaking news. I'll make sure I put that slug and I put it on YouTube. Flash news.
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. Right, Adi.
So, Deep, that's about it for the week.
Lovely. All right.
Let's see. We'll have some update about the test match when we gather next Friday or Thursday. So, till then, wherever you are.
All right, till then.
Stay safe. Yeah.
Thanks to you and all of you out there. Stay safe, have fun, and see you soon. Bye.